there's no better feeling than giving a tasty nutmeg to a homie. And in this video, we're gonna give you a couple of tips about the mindset and the setup that usually needs to take place in order for you to become a panna master. And we're also gonna teach you a couple of variations to humiliate your friends.
Pannas are about humiliation. It's not necessarily learning 20 fancy moves. It's about understanding, most importantly, how and when to do the panna.
The starting point to everything is that you need to find a way for him to open his legs. And usually you do that by making your opponent to try and reach for the ball, because that, I mean, you can think about the physics, like, you know, it makes him open up his legs.
It's basically just about understanding how a football moves and how people move, but you need to be able to spot the opening.
But now let's take a look at a great skill.
The Kuwait panna, invented by Pava from Kuwait. You bring the ball behind you, back around, a little bit of space from your standing foot. You're gonna push hard on the ball and back to the opponent's legs. You're gonna push out quickly and bring it back in through his legs.
Now, another thing, back in the days when I hung out with Master Leet, he actually told me something that makes a lot of sense, but like when you come from like 11-a-side traditional football, it's probably a little bit strange. Most of the pannas actually come when the ball moves sideways.
Yeah.
So traditionally, when this is your defender, you are attacking this way.
Yeah, you put the ball
you're
through
just trying
and
to
run.
put the ball through and run.
Yeah.
But the panna mindset, in most cases, obviously this is like a bit generic, is that when the player reaches for the ball, boom, the move is actually sideways. So many of the moves, you know, your killer move, your kill shot, is gonna happen when the ball moves sideways. And I was like, damn son, like that's crazy. And here's a great move you can do to practice just that.
It's the knee panna. It's easy. All you gotta do is put your knee on the ball, wait for your opponent to lunge, bring the ball out to the side, back through his legs. When you start the movement, make sure your foot is next to the ball and you put your knee down so the side of your foot can directly hit the ball as soon as you stand up. If you put your knee forwards down, there's nowhere you can go. You must have the foot next to the ball.
Once you get comfortable with tons of combinations, you start understanding like, yo, when I do this move, 99% of the time, the guys reach for the ball, and that gives me this small window to give the panna. So, you know, you need to learn how to adapt your moves to the defenders and how they move.
The bomb-proof panna. You step on the ball with your weak foot, bring the ball back with your foot, you're gonna roll it forwards. Now, because the ball comes rolling forwards, the opponent thinks he can take it. So again, you switch side with the ball, from one side to the other, like we did with the knee panna. Step on the ball, push back, switch through his legs.
So, very quick summary. The goal to everything is to make your defender move and reach for the ball, move sideways in order to make some space and make the opening for him to open up his legs. You do that by practicing combinations and big emphasis on the word practicing. You need to constantly practice so you can learn what kind of moves make the opponents move in a certain way. That's basically it. Then it's just down to, you know, learning new combinations. Like many times it's the simple things.
Oh yeah.
Try to move the ball sideways. This is a key tip in my opinion, and have fun. That's it.
Or do like Thierry Henry did back when he met you and just move the ball sideways through your legs when you weren't looking.
That's rap. If you can just at the end. We didn't get that on tape.
They work. I had to.
It did move sideways. Anyways, guys and girls, this is obviously Unisport Q&A 33. We discussed the title as the first question. You're welcome. Now, we have more epic questions, and we're gonna kick them off with football!
How to pass quickly during the game. You need to really be able to judge how the ball is coming towards you, understand how much power you apply to it, and it's something you should actually practice a lot on your own, just pinging passes against the wall, getting used to bounces and stuff in order to really be good at first time passing.
When you perform in matches, it's a result of what you do in training. So obviously in your team training sessions, try to play with fewer touches in general, Because if you all of a sudden try to change your game when you go to a match and you play not your game, but you're trying to do something you're not usually doing, it's usually not going to work out that well. So, you know, try to challenge yourself in training sessions to play with fewer touches. What do you guys think about a Super League? Not like the Champions League, for example, with clubs like Man City, Barcelona and Juventus. So, you know, there's been this rumor going around that, like, you know, all the biggest teams, they making bank. And they're thinking to themselves, you know what? If we all just make our own league, imagine how much money we're gonna be making.
We don't have to play Otto.
We don't need to. Yeah, exactly.
All those guys, we don't want to give them all a big share of the cake. No, we want it all to ourselves. If you break up the Champions League as it is, you don't have the smaller teams, it's gonna lose a little bit of its magic. Cool thing about the Champions League is that you get matches against all the big clubs, but you also have these weird trips to Israel and play small clubs. And it also spreads out, you know, the top level football to Europe, to places who aren't used to seeing these big teams other than maybe in preseason. I think it's a bad idea.
While we wait for that, we're gonna move on to Real Talk.
And let me take the first one because this is a solid one. Can you please make some more goalkeeper videos? And we'd love to.
We get this question all the time. We don't know
anything.
So the only way for us to make goalkeeper skills, whatever training videos for you, is that we get some guys in to make them.
It doesn't happen often. We're sorry guys, but we're not keepers. That's how it goes.
How do you get relaxed before a big game?
See, it's a funny thing.
And look, answer how you get relaxed, not like some generic
No, not like how you, as in, no.
Yeah.
I basically just focus on saying, okay, I don't have any pressure on myself. I don't want to go in and I don't want to do 1,000 step overs and stuff like, yes, I'm 30 and I still think about this. I just care about feeling good, prepping my body so that, you know, I'm well stretched out and, you know, I got energy. And then it's all about the mindset, thinking that, you know, I'm a good football player. I just gotta go and keep it simple. And usually I go in and I actually do all the advanced stuff because I just let it come to me. But what did you do back in the day?
Yeah, obviously I haven't played in a competitive game in years. But back in my heyday.
Oh, wow.
When it comes to the mindset itself, for me, a great game day was a result of just chilling like this.
Okay.
Listening to music, making jokes, and not paying a single thought to the game itself.
Yes.
So not like going through like mental scenarios like, oh, I'm gonna make the roulette turn here, and when I receive the ball, I'm gonna turn the blade there. That works for a lot of people. I tried it once, I played the worst game of my life.
Yep.
And routine is something you're gonna build over the years. It's not like you're, you know, 14 years old and you're like, okay, this is my routine. Like at a young age, I think the advantage you have is that you have still a lot of time ahead of you and you can make the mistakes there at that time. A strange but valid question from my side. If question of the month is the most important question, then why doesn't it win the giveaway? My approach to this: why would you want to win something when you can get the glory of having the most important question? Forget about the material things.
Oh, wow.
It's the glory of having the most important question of the month.
You don't want to get, say, a new pair of shin guards when you can get something you can actually put on your resume to show people, look,
That's
question
it.
of the month, Unisport.
That's it.
But it's a
and
good
now
question.
we're gonna move on to the boot bag. Can you give me tips on how to find the perfect boot?
In essence, it's about finding out, what do you like in a boot? Do you like it to be light? Do you like it to be a certain material? Do you like it to fit in a certain way, or to have some texturing on the ball, or to be very like responsive when you push off? There's tons of different types of boots out there, and you just gotta figure out what you like and then figure out, okay, what's your price range? And then you can just narrow it down. You have this big pool of boots. Just say, okay, there's this criteria, narrow it down. I want these, then narrow it down, say, okay, what can I afford?
This will come with experience. Are you gonna buy a bad pair of boots in your lifetime?
Oh yeah.
Probably. But at least then you know what didn't work out. Which are the best balls of 2019?
There are a lot of good balls out there, right? The new Champions League ball, let me just. So I like this. It has that fast feeling of an Adidas ball. Obviously, the new Nike Premier League ball is the same as the old Merlin one. I have it right here. Basically just a new graphical pattern. And then of course we have, well, the best ball of all time, the Select Brilliant Super, which is in my opinion just the best ball for actual performance and reliability.
And with those words, we're moving on to the giveaway.
So yeah, the giveaway, how to make the most impact as a sub. Now I wouldn't know, because I always start the game, so you're coming on in some capacity to change the game. Obviously, the coach wants to either bring on someone fresh or someone who can give something else than what is already on the pitch. Just come in, chase the ball, high energy.
If you in your team wanna get to the starting 11, when you come in on as a sub, then you obviously wanna execute what your coach puts you on to do. I remember this great interview with Darren Fletcher where he says like, look man, for me, the most important thing always was to make Sir Alex Ferguson happy. Like, I didn't care what the tabloids said about if I was playing good or not. My thing was to make the boss happy so that he plays me the next game. If you can execute to the role that you are put on to do, then... So congratulations, you have won yourself, well...
the best ball in the world. Right here, Select Brilliant Super.
Congratulations. And now we're moving on to the most important question.
The question of the month. The hype, the honor. And you, my good sir, Sarta Gaming Jr. can put this on your resume with a good feeling in your stomach. Which player has done bigger things in his career and stayed unrecognized? One guy I thought about who is, especially outside of football, no one's gonna think, this guy was mad. Guti Hernandez. This guy has won so much.
I would almost argue that even a guy like Andres Iniesta, obviously every football nerd knows that he's one of the greatest midfielders of all time, like up there, not like number one, but like up there. When it comes to like this social recognition, like he has no pull whatsoever, like when it comes to stuff off the pitch. First of all, he probably doesn't care.
He doesn't.
But he's not like CR7, like this ad face.
No, he's not.
And with those words, we have concluded today's Q&A. If you want to be featured in next month's Q&A, Jay Mike, what do they have to do?
All you have to do is leave a question in the comment section right down below if you want the honor of having the question of the month or be in with a chance to win the giveaway, because we're nice like that. We have 2 benefits if you ask a question. Of course, also, if you want to get some of the nice stuff we talked about today, you can go and buy everything you need from our store if you click the link right over there. If you want to see more of the stuff we do, go subscribe to our channel, click the bell notification button to get a little bling every time we release an awesome video. And finally, if you want to wait for said awesome video to come out, you can go learn some quick skills if you click the playlist right down there. With that said, we're signing